This is not conservative republicanism. This is stupidity. They don't know how to take yes for an answer. It's a clown show. If you want to have a stronger hand, run better candidates and win more elections. You keep running lunatics, you're going to be in this position.
I think we're headed for a government shutdown with no end in sight. Part of it is we're not having real conversations.
Take a shot at me, I'm going to say something. You know, didn't we go through this back in January? 62275, baby. I ain't worried about none of that stuff.
As you can see there, tempers flaring a bit in the House. House Republicans are in chaos as time runs out to prevent a government shutdown. Congress now has less than 2 weeks to pass at least a stopgap spending bill, and conservative hardliners, they are lining up against Speaker Kevin McCarthy's proposed short-term deal to avoid a shutdown. He's also facing the threat of potentially being ousted as Speaker altogether. Congresswoman Victoria Spartz, a Republican from Indiana, wrote yesterday, "It is a shame that our weak Speaker cannot even commit to having a commission to discuss our looming fiscal catastrophe. Our children will be ashamed of another worthless Congress." Congresswoman Spartz joins us now from the Capitol. There's a lot of things I want to get to, including the president's remarks up at the UN today and President Zelensky's visit down to Washington. But I want to start there. The decision to release this statement, this was not subtle. Why?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's unfortunate for me to see what's really happening in our country. And I take full responsibility for the leadership of my party, because I truly believe if we don't stand up and fight for the people, there is no one left there. So, you know, I never vote for leadership in another party. I never support it. But leadership of my party should be accountable to the American people. And we should never be in a situation like that at the end of September, not be able to deal with authorization, with budgeting. This is a number one issue that Congress should have dealt for most of the time. And unfortunately, we spend very little time dealing with our main functions, and everyone does a lot of entertainment. But we have people's lives at stake, and we cannot do politics and circuses. And every leader should take full responsibility. And Kevin should take responsibility for his failure to lead on this. And I offered my help. Listen, this is one issue that I actually have an expertise. I could help. I offered to help, but ultimately, it's a decision of a leader if leaders want to lead or not.
I want to play Speaker McCarthy's response to your statement. Take a listen.
One thing I learned in life, anybody who criticizes you has never worked harder than you. And I mean, if Victoria's concerned about fighting stronger, I wish he would have run again and not quit. I mean, I'm not quitting. I'm going to continue to work for the American public.
The Speaker there is referencing your decision that you announced earlier this year not to seek re-election. What's your response to what he said?
Well, I think it's kind of, you know, if he wished me to stay, his wishes might come true. He might not be too happy with the wishes. But let me tell you one thing, you know, it's one thing to fight, to get a position and go and tell different things. But another thing is to fight for the issues and go in the trenches and win these issues. There is a difference, and I haven't seen hard work in anyone in this Congress actually to fight something with the people, and it is tough because you have a machine coming at you, a lot of special interest groups attacking you with big money. The Senate is so corrupt that we cannot even move, and I told Kevin, I really don't care what the Senate doesn't say. We're an independent branch of government under Republican leadership. We have to lead, and we need to question what's happening in the Senate, because we also equal chamber. Honestly, I think we're even stronger people because we have to run every 2 years, and we have to be more accountable to the American people. But if no one stood up for this country, we're going to fail our children and people that die for it. And I am so sick and tired of BS.
Congresswoman, I think allies of the Speaker would say, look, no one could run this conference in terms of its current iteration, structure, and I think the divergences between the various elements of it, that it's not the Speaker's fault so much as it is just the rank and file. What's your response to that?
Well, listen, ultimately, he has a lot of input on that. If you know, he didn't want to change the rules. He still have a bunch of, on the, our committee that decides who is going to be chairs of these committees. He has decision. He has 6 votes. We were trying to change some of that, but there is no input really. People can do. So he has a decision what his committee chair is doing. He has a decisions what kind of policy was set up, and also to set the tone on the top. I think it's extremely important. Yes, we have a diverse opinion. Yes, we have a lot of different views, but ultimately that's what it takes leadership, to sit down, be authentic, and really be able to get your troops on board with you to win for something that is important. I used to say, let's pick 3 hills to die on and we'll take them. Now I'm just actually saying, let's just pick one issue, where it's border security, where it's dealing with debt, where it's dealing with really insanities that happening with all of our departments. They're becoming oppressive. We have an even increased amount of decreased amount of unauthorized spending. We're not doing that. We're actually increasing. We're increasing all of the spending, we're increasing debt, we're increasing unauthorized spending, and we're not securing the border. So what results did we deliver? Not talking points and messaging. What we actually deliver, there are only 2 times, unfortunately, in this Congress where we can deliver. It's debt ceilings and appropriation process. I hate to tell, the rest of it, it's all of the messaging and circus.
On the appropriations process, Ukraine funding has obviously been a central issue, not just for your conference, the entire Congress. President Biden will be speaking at the UN today. President Zelensky will be up there as well. Zelensky expected to come down to speak to Capitol Hill. You have asked and requested the Biden administration to be more forceful and I think more detailed in its strategy, what it wants to do, and the weapons that it can send. How concerned are you at this point that there will be a gap in terms of U.S. resources flowing to Ukraine because of these issues right now?
Well, I think it's a very serious situation. I'll be honest with you. You have to have American people on board. This never-ending wars. People are actually sick and tired, and American people need to be communicated the importance of us winning that war. But also, I think it's also important for us to push back an organization like UN that failed, not just Ukraine. They failed Africa. They failed Middle East. We have to be not just go there, have dinners and all of these nice meetings in New York. We should say, you know what? You stand with us. We're going to stop this insanity, and we're going to help some countries and people to survive. Or we're not going to be funding, this very wealthy, high-paying jobs. American taxpayer get nothing because we still have to, pay money directly to solve all these crises and help for people. Millions of people are suffering around the world. Why are we doing that? Even I just went to Middle East, and some of our Middle Eastern partners said, we're not giving money to this corrupt organization. Why American people should be? We shouldn't be stupid. We should be stern and tough, and should send a very clear message. And I hope President Biden starts to get a little bit tough on all of the things, because our aggressors are very tough around the world, and ultimately they're after us.
Yeah, it's an important week. Certainly the president and his team want to try and continue to unify their alliances. Congresswoman Victoria Spartz, I know the issue of Ukraine is obviously very personal to you. I know you met with Zelensky earlier this year, and I know what's happening on Capitol Hill right now is very personal to you as well, as you have proven. Appreciate your time, as always, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.